Welcome to Drips News. Stay informed with today's top stories. We'll delve into the U.S. stock market's recent downturn, escalating global trade tensions, Tesla's tariff concerns, and Greenland's firm stance against annexation. Plus, we'll examine the latest developments in the Ukraine ceasefire negotiations and investor anxieties surrounding Elon Musk's political involvement. Don't forget to follow us online for the latest updates. The U.S. stock market is reeling, with the S&P 500 entering correction territory after a sharp drop of over 10%. The Dow Jones plummeted 537 points, and the Nasdaq plunged nearly 2%, escalating trade tensions, fueled by President Trump's proposed 200% tariff on EU alcoholic beverages in retaliation for EU tariffs on U.S. spirits, are largely to blame. Experts are concerned by the rapid decline following recent record highs, citing tariff uncertainty as a major driver of selling pressure and worries about economic growth. Analysts advise caution as the market seeks stability. And now let's move on to the global stage. Global trade tensions are soaring as President Trump's tariffs trigger widespread retaliation. A complex cycle of tit-for-tat measures has erupted between the U.S. and its major trading partners. Canada, angered by steel and aluminum tariffs, is threatening retaliatory actions, while China has responded with export controls and blacklisting companies. The EU has targeted American goods with its own tariffs, and President Trump has vowed further responses. Experts warn of a rapidly escalating trade war with potentially devastating economic consequences, emphasizing the need for careful diplomacy to avoid long-term damage to global trade relationships. This impacts numerous companies, including Tesla, which is now expressing concerns. Tesla is raising alarms about the potential impact of retaliatory tariffs on its operations, urging the U.S. trade representative to carefully consider trade policies. Despite supporting fair trade, Tesla emphasizes the need to assess the downstream effects of tariffs, particularly the risk of retaliatory measures impacting U.S. exports. This warning comes amid declining European sales and a recent stock slump, highlighting the complexities of navigating international trade relations. Tesla's concerns underscore the delicate balance between supporting domestic manufacturing and mitigating the risks of trade wars. And speaking of trade wars, former President Trump has reignited one. Former President Donald Trump has threatened to escalate the trade war with the EU by imposing a staggering 200% tariff on European alcoholic beverages in retaliation for the EU's 50% tariff on U.S. spirits. Trump demanded the EU rescind its tariff immediately, highlighting the dangers of escalating trade wars. The EU's initial tariffs on $28 billion worth of American goods were deemed swift and proportionate in response to Trump's earlier actions. These escalating tensions have sent shockwaves through the stock market, with the S&P 500 entering correction territory. This also brings up the question of Greenland. Greenland's Prime Minister, Mute Egid, is rallying party leaders to oppose former President Trump's renewed interest in annexing the island. Trump expressed confidence that a U.S. takeover of Greenland will happen. Citing international security, Greenlandic officials have strongly criticized this, emphasizing their commitment to self-determination. Trump's remarks have put the Arctic region in the international spotlight, sparking debate about Greenland's strategic importance amid growing competition between the U.S., Russia, and China. Now we move to Ukraine. Vladimir Putin is stalling the U.S.-backed ceasefire plan for Ukraine, raising concerns about his true intentions. Putin responded to the U.S. plan with a series of new demands that would be unacceptable to Ukraine. Putin called Trump's overture great and correct and supported it in principle, careful not to alienate a U.S. president who has already offered concessions to Russia. Hopes for a Ukraine ceasefire are fading as President Putin expresses skepticism about the U.S.-brokered proposal, setting forth stringent conditions and questioning the ceasefire's long-term goals. While U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff is in Moscow to discuss the peace plan, Ukraine has accused Putin of stalling negotiations, while Trump called Putin's response promising, but incomplete. Adding to the uncertainty, Russian officials have taken a harder line, raising concerns about Ukrainian-held territory and stating that Moscow doesn't want a temporary ceasefire. Now let's switch gears and move to Tesla once again. A Morgan Stanley survey reveals growing investor concerns about Elon Musk's political activities and their potential negative impact on Tesla. A significant 85% of respondents believe Musk's political forays are hurting the company, coinciding with a nearly 40% drop in Tesla's stock this year. The survey also indicates a pessimistic outlook for future deliveries. Analysts suggest that concerns about Musk's political involvement, coupled with recent reports of vandalism, could be impacting Tesla's performance. This presents a critical challenge for Tesla as it navigates a complex landscape. And that's all the news we have for you today. That's a wrap on today's Drips News. We hope you found these insights valuable and informative. But don't let the information stop here. Stay connected, stay curious, and stay ahead of the curve by following us online for up-to-the-minute updates and in-depth analysis. Until next time, this is Drips News signing off.